Hello, friends. It's a little bright in here. Let's see if that works a little bit better. A little bit. Still got some glare. So I'm going to share this. Where am I going to share it? First of all, I have to find where I am. Say hello. Let me know you're here. Hi, hi, hi. Thanks for joining. If you're watching the replay, hi, Jen. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put in hashtag replay. Why not? All right, there I am. Hi, Gladys. Okay. Pardon me while I share. In a couple places. I like to share in some places that I don't usually share sometimes, so I'm going to do that. Because I think it'll be good to do that. Okay. So hey Courtney, thanks for joining. Thank you all for joining. So, got something to talk about today that we talk about in a roundabout way, through all of the interesting gifts that we're sharing as healers, ways to do this one thing, which is basically upgrade our life force energy, upgrade the operating system of our physical being, but those luminous eggs, let's just call them the luminous eggs of all of our fields, our auric field, our etheric body, our astral body, as well as the physical electromagnetic signature that we have, that is a body as well. But everything that we're offering, those of us who are healers, we're all doing something that comes down to this basic common denominator, which is, we want to have a higher quality of experience. We want to increase our life force in terms of how it feels to be on this planet, to feel in our bodies, to feel connected to this planet, feeling connected to one source consciousness, to feel connected to the rest of humanity, to all life, to all multi-celled organisms on this planet. We want a greater connection, not only with ourselves, but with everything. We want to feel, as we are all on this path of planetary ascension together, that we are more connected to the all that is and everything that is derivative of that, okay? In the most benevolent way possible. And we often kind of let these little things that we can do on a daily basis escape us. Hi, Laura Fernandez. These things that we do on a daily basis that can be so easy, so simple. Very elementary ways, fundamental ways to shift our energy into feeling more of this connection. And if you begin to understand the Ka, and I'm going to talk about what the Ka is in a minute, maybe some of you already know what that is, you will begin to understand that we all have within us, we are animated beings. Yes, we have anima. That means we have a life force that exudes from us. We have an imprint, a signature because of this life force energy. It's what makes us unique, but it is also at the same time, the paradox of this, at the same time, it is what connects us to everything else that is, because it is this thread of energy that unites us all. And this life force that we've been given, it is a gift, is something that we kind of take for granted. It's something that we don't work on actively trying to upgrade in our everyday life. Sometimes we go and look for healers elsewhere, or someone to heal us, which is not correct, because no one heals you, you heal you. There are people that can provide tools and resources, but those who call themselves healer, me, a healer, me being one of them, I don't heal you. You heal you. I simply offer a platform, perhaps a template, tools and resources for you to do that. But you do the healing, because ultimately it's your free will choice with which you decide whether you want to heal or not. I have to understand the the uncomfortable situation that I am sometimes in which I have to make a call that, okay, well, I may want to come forth and offer healing or ways for someone else to get or receive a healing, but everyone has the right to suffer. It is free will choice whether people want to decide to heal or not. And the same thing goes for deciding to upgrade the energetic of your life force. Sometimes people are happy in their misery, and as a healer, I have to accept that. I have to accept that not everyone wants to be healed, and it's not my responsibility to heal everyone. And all I can do is offer the highest and best tools and resources for those who are willing to accept a healing on a deep soul level. And so I offer this to you freely here today. This information about the Ka, about the life force energy, about how you can upgrade it, why it gets depleted in the first place, and a management tool to help you work with this energy in a very tangible way, by the way, in a very quick and tangible way, so that you can do every day, to help you understand the Ka, this life force energy, and how it moves through you, and how it connects all polarities, all existing dualities and polarities within you, how it connects you with the One, the Great Mother, the Mother Creatrix energy, which if you've been following me at all, you know I talk about this a great deal, and I talk about this specifically because one of the things that I have been called to, the most profound thing I've actually been called to bring in at this time, is the Mother Creatrix DNA code alignment. So I'll be talking about that a little bit here as well. But what is the life force energy? What is the Ka? So this is your lifeline, your connection, that thread that connects you with pure source energy. If you believe in the idea that you are an extension of pure source creator, and I do hope that you believe that you are, if not, you should take one of my courses. You are the creator of your reality. You are the creator of every single aspect of your experience. The life that you look out on and see and laid in front of you is a product of your creation. It's also a product of collective creation, but your experience, or the filter in which that you receive this experience, is entirely yours and yours alone. This energy is what animates you within this framework. It is, in a sense, neutral. It's apart from the ego. It's apart from any of the ego illusion of separation or the ego projection of separation in which we often find ourselves as human beings. We find ourselves in this duality of separation constantly. And it is through that illusion of separation that we find suffering. And it is a choice to be in this place of suffering. We don't have to suffer, but many of us are choosing that. It is a free will choice to be in that space. Just as it is a free will choice to take this neutral energy, your life force, literally that which allows you to be this spark of creation yourself and to be a creator of your own reality. In a sense, it's neutral. And you can do with this whatever you desire based on your free will choosing. It is this preserved life force that really is the push behind anything that you create. It is that driving force that takes a thought form of yours, it takes a feeling of yours, it takes a belief of yours, and projects it into being. That is how powerful we are. But this life force, this anima, gets depleted. It's depleted because of what I mentioned about the ego illusion of separation. It's very exhausting to be in an energy of suffering. It's really exhausting to be in an energy of victimhood. It's very exhausting to be in an energy of powerlessness, hopelessness, fear. And we go through, sadly, many of us go through our lives feeling this separation. We feel this ego illusion, this separateness from Source, God, Creator, Mother Creatrix, whatever you want to call it, this greater force that exists, that is the overall, over-encompassing force of your life force. It is that which generates the life force of who you are, okay? Whatever you wish to call that, God, Source, whatever. So the nature of duality here in this human 3D experience will put us through many, many experiences of suffering, through this ego illusion of separation from Source. We don't need to look out too far into our external environment to see something that gives us this trigger or this cue to feel separation. But this is all an ego projection. It is not real. Healer appointment calls. It's so nice to have you here too, Laura. Thanks for joining. So that is one reason why our life force gets depleted, and why it continues to be depleted if we are not acting in this place of awareness of every day regenerating the Ka, regenerating our personal life force. We have the ability to do this. It is about mindfulness. It is about awareness. It is about using one of the most ancient technologies, but when I share it with you, it'll feel, to many of you, not all of you, like a new technology. But it is working with energy, and we are very adept as humans at working with energy. Energy is here in this three-dimensional plane for our use. Energy is our tool. Energy works for us, not the other way around. If you are believing in anything other than that, you are operating from a sense of separation. You are operating from a sense of ego projection of separation, of illusion, and operating from a sense of victimhood or powerlessness. Energy is our clay of essence with which we mold whatever we desire into form. Some of us are doing this deliberately. Some of us are deliberate creators. Some of us are creating by default. I'm going to tag somebody here who's trying to get through. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Does everyone follow me so far? And if you do, I would love a heart. Courtney says, very true. Have let myself go there, suffering more often in the past week or two. And as Courtney's learning, because she's in the money lab with me, it's a result of programming. We become, through programming, and this is largely on a subconscious level, about 95% of our external reality is a result of internal programming, and it is programming based on thoughts, feelings, beliefs, which then become stories, which become memories, because we are so tethered to our time-space continuum here as 3D human beings that if we have believed something for a long period of time, memory may be the thing that triggered this thought or feeling in the first place. But if we keep going back to the thoughts and the feelings that this memory created, we are living out that memory on a continuum, and we are creating our whole personality around it. This becomes a program. It can be broken. This chain can be cut, and this cord can be cut. A new program or a new rewiring of your hardware that eventually becomes the software of your programming can change over time. We're learning this in the Money Lab. Yes, Courtney? So it gets depleted because of programming that is often marinating in lack. Some sort of lack mentality of scarcity. I don't have enough love. I don't have enough support. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough understanding. I don't have enough support in my life outside of, not even financially speaking, support in terms of family, friends, people that get you, a tribe that supports you. It doesn't matter what it is. We can often have a lifetime of lack programming. That will deplete the life force. That will deplete the Ka. And it often puts us, when we're in this lack mentality, in this mindset, this consciousness of I don't even know how to get out of this. I don't even know how to create a new program for myself. I don't know how to think any differently than I have thought this whole lifetime. I don't know how to feel any differently than I have this whole lifetime. All of this contributes to a depletion of the ka. And when you are actively working with your life force, your ka, you are regenerating more of it, because it never really, the illusion of it being depleted, because it doesn't ever really get depleted, it's just how we project our layers of energetic resonance over this ka that makes it feel as if it's depleted. It makes it feel as if it's being pushed down or suppressed. It's always there, but it's hiding under layers of ego illusion. It's hiding under layers of lack consciousness and scarcity mindset. It's always there. So it is our job, it is our responsibility as being creators of our reality to have a mindful connection of the ka, to cultivate an awareness of our own ka. And here's what's really interesting is that when I talk about this ka, when I talk about life force energy, women actually have more ka, more of this life force energy than men. And it is because it's meant to be there for when we decide to have a child. And so because of childbirth, we lend our ka to the egg, to the embryo at first, which comes from our mother and her mother and her mother, all the way back to the mother creatrix energy of the all that is. Because everything begins as the mother. Everything begins as female, essentially. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. This is true in the human embryo, and it's true, you know, as above, so below, and vice versa. Everything begins as the mother. Everything begins as female. And so we have more of this life force energy as females. It's not meant, this is not meant to be a discounting or diminishing statement towards men. Men can build their ka as much as women can, but we are inherently born with more of it because it's there for when we lend it to a child during childbirth. That's why there's such a strong bond between mother and child, by the way. So as healers, those of us who I'm talking to here who are healers, and even if you're not, it's okay, you can still benefit greatly from this information. As healers, though, especially, we are really needing to cultivate more awareness of our ka, because another way it gets depleted, those of us who are healers, when we are, let's just say, a Reiki healer, and we're using ourselves as the vessel, the delivery vehicle of the energy with which we hope to bring healing for our client, what we're mistakenly doing, because we don't have an awareness of our ka, we're using our own life force energy. And maybe it's mixed in with what we're bringing in, because ultimately we need to be tapping into source. And literally it just flows through us as the pure filter or vessel. But if we're not cultivating an awareness of our ka, our life force energy, we are often giving this cocktail of our energy plus pure source energy when we are doing healing work. Any kind of hands-on healing work that you do. Even if you're a massage therapist, a chiropractor, maybe you're a holistic nutritionist, maybe you're a Reiki practitioner, you have to be cultivating a constant awareness of your ka and know what your ka feels like, to know that it is yours. That way you'll know that you are giving it away when you are engaged in a healing experience. And this can be something that obviously contributes to a depletion of your ka over time. You will feel physically depleted. You will feel physically exhausted. You'll have brain fog. You'll feel like literally you have taken on the energy of another. You have, because you've mixed your ka with theirs. You have infused the cocktail of pure, what should be pure source energy when you are doing healing, with your own ka, your life force energy. So we must be this pure vessel when we are doing healing work. That can only come from having an awareness of, well, what does a pure vessel feel like? What does it feel like when my pure life force energy is in its full integrity and is operating at its highest frequency quotient? We have to know what that feels like. Because likewise, we'll know when we're giving it away, because we'll often do it by default when we're healing and we're not cultivating a very profound awareness of our own energy, our own ka, and what that feels like. Does that make sense? So I want to offer you another way of looking at how the ka gets depleted. And this is really, really important. We have seals and breaks and shadows on our DNA. This also depletes the life force. So we have seals that have been placed on the DNA at certain strands of our spiritual DNA that literally do deplete our life force. It's being siphoned off. And we go into this more when I do DNA activation and restructure with you, which I'm not going to talk about here. But it is really important to not only remove these seals, but to restore the life force energy that has been depleted by having this life force being siphoned off over time. We have breaks in the DNA. So literally your physical cellular network, your network functioning of cells, is having to work that much harder because of these seals, these breaks, these shadows in the DNA. It's not at optimal functioning level. It's not a pure vessel, which in turn, in the larger scope of that, makes you not a pure vessel. So healing the breaks, the shadows in the DNA, until you heal those, you are depleting the life force as well. So this is really important to consider, especially those of you who are healers and you haven't had sacred DNA activation and restructure. This is why you not only need to consider it, but why it is mandatory. When I am offering the Mother Creatrix DNA code alignment, you must have your sacred DNA activated and restructured first to at least 12 strands, optimally 24 if you're a healer, because you're asking to provide a larger container or vessel of transformation for your clients. So here's the thing. The purer you are, the more powerful your healing results will be, not only just for you, but for your clients as well. So the higher you are asking to ascend as well, and those of us who are healers who are really being called to be a greater vessel, I offer a larger container of transformation. Not only do we want to make sure that we are offering it from this place of the purest integrity of our life force energy, but we also want to make sure that the DNA is fully intact and optimally functioning, so that we are able to use and function with and understand clearly through all of our clairs, our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, claircognizance, our clairsentience. Some of us have a sense of clear smelling as well, and I don't know the word for that. Maybe one of you can throw that in here. But the higher you are asking to ascend, DNA activation and restructure really becomes just a foregone conclusion, because you are operating at your fullest integrity. You are offering forth healing from the highest, most protected, most pristine vessel of transformation with which you can offer a healing service to your client, okay? And as we are ascending, here's the other thing. Many of us are feeling a bigger pull or stretching in our consciousness. We have been asking for and participating in this timeline of planetary ascension. We've been putting tools and technologies in place to help us better understand this move from the denser three-dimensional realm into fifth-dimensional reality. And so we have been asking a lot of our bodies as we take on ever-increasing higher frequencies, less dense frequencies. These become power-packed in terms of the information we're able to access or download. Based on how powerful our DNA is, how well protected, how structured it is, we're only going to receive so much information coming in. So those of us who are even moving beyond planetary ascension at this time, moving past the opening or awakening of planetary ascension, are asking to receive levels of cosmic ascension. We are talking about very, very high vibrational frequencies of energies coming in. If the body is not this perfectly pure vessel in order to receive it optimally, you're going, clairsalience, that's awesome, Courtney, thank you. You're going to reject then a large amount of these higher frequencies simply because the body's need to protect itself will be so strong at that point. And it will reject those frequencies because they don't feel like the body physically can accommodate them comfortably. And the body has a very, very strong protection field around it. It wants to protect you. It wants to make sure you are safe. It doesn't want to put you in peril. So if you are not coming forth with your vessel being in its highest integrity, in its most pristine state, ready to receive these very high frequencies, you're just going to reject them. So that might be why many of you feel like you are doing higher level activations, higher level energy alignments, and you're just not receiving it. It doesn't feel any different. You don't feel any different. It may very well be that your body is rejecting it out of safety for preserving the integrity of your vessel. But you can upgrade it. That's what DNA activation and restructure is all about. And if you are asking for higher levels of light frequencies, accessing the information that comes in, all of those light frequencies are encoded with light information. The light information that is coming in, and it's already reaching into our planetary shield, the energies of cosmic ascension, but we're not ready to receive it. And so that's exactly why Mother Creatrix DNA code was conceived. And that is why that this repairs the life force energy, the Ka. So everything that the DNA activation and restructure repairs, and it does repair your crystalline structure, what it then does, the Mother Creatrix DNA code alignment, is takes it to the next level, moving you beyond planetary ascension and into cosmic ascension, where you're able to activate, not just activate, but build new energetic structures, new technologies within to receive these higher light frequencies and quotients in a way that you can download and access the information within it and use it. And that only boosts the life force, the Ka energy, even more. So I want us to play with this energy a little bit, and I want to share something here. Gladys says clairsalience, also known as clairscent or clairsentency, involves smelling a fragrance or odor of substance, person, place, or animal. Not in one's surroundings, these odors are perceived with the use of the physical nose and beyond the limitations of ordinary space and time. Thank you. That's a wonderful definition and very awesome information to share. Thank you very much. So I want to share this energy with you so you can get a sense of playing with what it feels like to experience Mother Creatrix DNA code. So there is no way to truly experience this other than going through this series of 8 activations with me, which is going to start December 6th. And you must have your sacred DNA activated and restructured first. That is mandatory, because you will not be able to bring in these higher light frequencies of cosmic ascension without preparing the physical DNA to receive it, which then prepares the body to receive it and accommodate it in the most comfortable way possible. Many of us find that we're getting this uptick in ascension symptoms. You ever wonder why that is? Perhaps the body is not in its right state of preparedness for what it is that you're asking to access, okay? So think about it that way. Claralfocus? Claralfocus, Susie says. Interesting. I've never heard it called that. And there are other clairs too, beyond clear smelling. I can't think of them right now, but there's a lot. But when you activate and restructure the DNA, you open to all of them. And depending on who you are and what you're used to, you're going to either have an upshot in your abilities that you've already had with one of your clairs, or you're going to bring a new one in, which is really, really cool. So when I had my DNA activated and restructured, I had claircognizance and clairsentience were my 2 strongest clairs. And then I did receive more clairaudience and clairvoyance as a result of having my DNA restructured to 24 strands. So that was very, very cool. So let's get familiar with our own Ka, shall we? So I have been working with, taste. That's the other one I couldn't think of. Thanks, Susie. That's the one I couldn't think of. That's a weird one when it happens. I think I've had that happen like maybe once, and it was very weird. Clairgustance. I love that. I love the way that sounds. Thank you for sharing, ladies. I appreciate that. So let's play with our Ka. Let's play with our life force energy. Let's cultivate an awareness right here in this space, right here, right now. Cultivate an awareness of our life force energy, okay? And let's even maybe build it up a little bit in this space. And I'm going to teach you a really, really quick and easy tool. Actually 2. One is more of a technology. The other is a tool. So I have worked with Goddess Hathor and the Hathors for quite some time now. They are my guides. The Hathors, Hathor, yes, she was a goddess, but she's, when I work with her, I work with the Ascended Master aspect of her. She brought through a light language transmission for my Ascended Feminine Initiation course. Courtney got to receive that. Very, very nice. She has an amazing ability to help us understand our multidimensionality. She is the one that helped me to bring in the time jump manifestation method that is in my Money Lab course, and in Ascended Feminine Initiation as well. She helped me to understand healing through tonal therapy, because the Hathors, they are her council energetics. So the Hathors are interplanetary, multidimensional beings. And they work with tone, they work with vibration, they work with harmonic. So when I work with them, I've been able to do certain activations like helping to tone the throat. So those of us who are healers have a lot of throat energy from past trauma, karmic loop cycles of disinheriting our voice. Maybe some of us took a vow of silence in a past lifetime. Healers got a lot of throat stuff going on. So we can heal the throat through toning it, which is also something that I share in a couple of my paid groups. They are integral, an integral part, and they work with me as guides in helping with a certain technology that I work with in Mother DNA Code. They help me to create through tonal vibration to a certain level of hertz a time release grid that holds healing energies in the body and holds them in such a way that it aligns with our physical grid, our auric field, our grid that we share with Mother Earth and the new Earth grid that's forming, our auric field, and the grid of the all that is. It aligns all of those things, it structures all of those things and creates points of connection, or points of attraction, I like to call them, where we will heal within the body, but we do it in such a way that it's time release. So that once we establish this grid, and the Hathors help me do this, you receive healing energies in the exact divine timing that you are ready to receive it. Because remember what I said at the beginning of this call. I have to reconcile myself as a healer with the fact that some people choose to stay in suffering. But I also know that some people choose to stay in suffering for a temporary amount of time. Some people go through a certain awakening process, and sometimes it's overnight, sometimes it's over 2 days, sometimes it's over a week, sometimes it's over 2 years, where they say, I am ready to heal. I am willing to receive this healing. This often happens. And if we have a time release grid that allows these energies to be set up to hold these energies so that the client, the receiver of the healing energies, receives them based on their free will choosing, and in that divine timing, then the energy is there for them to receive that. This is what the Hathors have helped me create with Mother Creatrix Code DNA code. It's incredibly powerful. And as I said, Hathor, I work with her in her Ascended Master aspect, but I work with these interplanetary beings, the Hathors, which basically, if you want to figure out where they came from, originally they came through Sirius, and then the Sirius star, and then came through Venus. And what's interesting to know about Venus is Venus and Earth are very strongly connected. And those of us who are feeling all the feels from Venus retrograde right now, you are understanding that we have a very strong tie here on Mother Earth, we as humans, to Venus. And because of the Hathors, and they came to us by way of Venus, and they actually, yes, did have Venus, I don't want to call them encampments, what would be a word? They had a colony essentially set up there. This is a long time ago. And if you look at Venus, you can sort of kind of see the scarring of it, but mostly it's gone at this point. Not like Mars, where you can still see the colonies set up there. They were there a very, very long time ago. And so if you have a lot of, let's just say, Ascension symptoms during this time of Venus retrograde, you really want to listen up, because the Hathors coming to us by way of Venus are Venusian, and they can help you to calibrate to the energies of Venus just by listening to what I'm bringing in here today. So there it is. So this is going to help on a lot of different levels. So what Hathor has helped me to bring in her council energetic is something that I shared in my Ascending Earth Reiki group, and also in my Ascended Feminine Initiation group, and it also is shared on my podcast. And it is called Kinkazi. So Kinkazi, and you notice the word Ka in there, which is life force energy, is literally it's the building up and sustaining of, the best way to describe it, life force energy. And what it truly is, what Kinkazi truly is it's the joy of fully embodying the truth of your sovereign power and stepping into your divine infinite human potential in this lifetime. So Kinkazi is just one tool to help us build up the Ka. It is one technology that has been shared with me. And what's brilliant about this technology, and it is a power symbol that I'm going to be drawing. We're going to be doing a little guided meditation where I'm going to help you build your Ka, and I'm going to be doing, hi Samantha Bearden, and I'm going to be sharing Kinkazi with you and helping you to understand, that's my girl. This is awesome that you're here, Samantha, because we're talking about one of the technologies that I'm sharing with Mother Creatrix DNA. So what's brilliant about Kinkazi, and I've shared this before, is that all you need to do is say it. Kinkazi, Kinkazi, Kinkazi. And when you sound on that second syllable of the Ka, if you are cultivating awareness of how you're feeling in your body, you are bringing up the Ka. You can feel it rising up within you. So this is something that, I say throughout my day a lot. Kinkazi, Kinkazi, Kinkazi. This is a gift from Hathor. So this is where, with saying this word and being in the awareness of this word, like being very present and mindful of when you're saying this word and how your body feels, you are discarding the illusion of separation from Source, and you are fully inhabiting limitless being. You are entering the unified field. You are participating in the unified field in the present, in the mindful present, accessing infinite 0 points of consciousness. Now I know that in quantum physics we talk about the 0 point of consciousness as if it's one thing, but we are working with multidimensionality here. So what we are really accessing is multiple 0 points of consciousness, okay? Kinkazi, K-I-N-K-A-Z-Z-I. Why did I forget how to spell it? K-I-N-K-A-Z-Z-I. Kinkazi. This is a power symbol. So those of you who are familiar with, let's just say, Reiki, understand that there is a symbol that is drawn so that you can say the word 3 times, you can draw the symbol, you can put your energy behind the symbol, and it activates something in the body energetic, yes? Okay, so the same is true with Kinkazi. So when this symbol is drawn on or around you, and I'm going to be drawing it for you, I'm not going to share it with you what it looks like because this is something you must be initiated into in either Ascending Earth Reiki, which is my modality, with Ascended Feminine Initiation, or with Mother Creatrix Code DNA, okay? This is a sacred symbol, so please honor and accept that I'm sharing this with you here in this capacity. It removes the conscious and the unconscious filters that create the illusion of separation. Remember, I'm saying at the beginning of this call that the nature of duality allows us to enter into an energy of suffering, which depletes the Ka, okay? So we are reversing that by merely saying the word Kinkazi. And then with the next technology I'm going to be sharing with you, which is the energy of working with the pranic tube, but imagining it as the tube torus. So I want to see if I can add this picture, because maybe many of you don't know what a tube torus looks like. Let me see if I can add it. So I can't add it. I can't add a picture in here while I'm live. I can add it after. So you could look up tube torus, not spelled torus like the bull, T-O-R-U-S. So a tube torus is essentially sacred geometry, and what it does is it generates a constant field of energy that keeps moving. It is dynamic, it is flowing, it is active. So when you are, as I'm going to ask you to do in just a moment, accessing the pranic tube of energy. If you can imagine it as a singular column of energy that extends through the center of your body. Actually, it's just slightly off center, but don't worry about that. But it goes through the body, and it extends up in through the higher dimensional realms, terminating with a connection to source, and then down through the body again, all the way down through all of the layers of the earth, and down into the core of Mother Earth. You could even extend it further than that if you wanted to, but for the sake of what we're talking about here, let's just think about that, because that's what we're going to connect to here in this space. So if you think about this generation of energy in this pranic tube, and let's just say from the breath we are generating energy, think of a tube torus in terms of the energy. When it goes up, it also goes out, and it generates a circular field that keeps turning in on itself, which basically mimics the holographic nature of the universe. And that's why it's so powerful to imagine the tube torus as we do this energy, because what you're doing is tapping into the unified field of the dynamic energy of everything in circulation at once and in synchronicity with everything. Shaped like a donut, yes, absolutely, Courtney. And if I could add a picture in here, I would, but for some reason I can't. I can add it in my Ascending Earth Creatrix group after. So let's play with this energy. So all you have to do is close your eyes, and hopefully you're in a place that, this won't take long, 5-10 minutes, just to get yourself into a place where you feel mindful of your surroundings, where you feel present. And just connect with the breath, connect with the feeling of the temperature of the room that you're in. Feel how it feels on your skin. Feel the hair on the back of your neck, those of us who have longer hair. Go ahead and place your hands in your lap with your palms facing up. And close your eyes and just connect with your breath. And just get very present. I have a little bit of music I can actually pull up here, which will help. Maybe you can hear it. Just focusing on the gentle rhythm of the inhale and the exhale. And roll your shoulders back. This opens up the energy of the chest and signals the body that you are in receiving mode, that it is safe to receive, and that you're willing to receive. And now with your eyes closed, I want you to put the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, which tends to silence thought, and also begins to connect you to Source. And with your eyes closed, gently roll your eyes upward as if you're looking into your own eyebrows. Just allow them to gently roll up until you connect to a space about 300 feet above the top of your head. And then just let your eyeballs relax. And you've made this connection, so simply allow yourself to drift up, travel up, float up. And connect in with the field of pure Source consciousness. You may sense a grid. You may sense a lighter flow of energy, something that feels like flow, almost like a jet stream. That's how I'm experiencing it right now. Many of you may be feeling that too. And just kind of let yourself ride the wave of that. Just let yourself sink in. Let yourself be supported in this energy. It is pure love and light, this infinite field, this unified field, the realm of Mother Creatrix, and the energy of all that is. And from this, create a column of connection, bringing this down, bringing this energy down through the heart of your oversoul, which is the highest version of your highest self, your higher self. And allowing this energy to enter into the crown. And you may notice as you bring this in to the top of the head, you may feel pulled or stretched. This is simply the sensation of trying to bring the non-physical into the physical. And so all you need to do is send the breath there to dissolve some of the energy and just kind of clear it up, lighten it up. And you'll notice that feels smoother. You may notice that you were furrowing your brow, or that it wasn't comfortable to accommodate these energies, and now it is. And you simply bring that down through the brow, through the face, into the throat. All the while, down this column of connection that goes down through the center of the body, all the way down through the energy centers of the chakras, throat and then the heart, the solar plex, the sacral, the root and the base, continuing this column of connection all the way down and out, in the center of the body, down through the layers of the earth, and connecting in as you take this all the way down, anchoring into the center of Mother Earth. You may feel like a warm rush of energy there as you make contact. And now you're aware of this tube connecting you with the core of Mother Earth and into the energy, the realm of Mother Creatrix above, pure source energy. I want you to begin to imagine a flow of energy as you generate your breath. Go into the heart, expand the heart as you generate your breath. On the inhale and on the exhale, I want you to send this breath in both directions, up and down this pranic tube simultaneously, and sending up and out and down and out, so that it creates, as you send this energy out, this donut-like shape around you. And with each next breath, the inhale and the exhale, you continue to generate the energy of this tube torus of energy, this life flow. And as you are connecting and cultivating awareness of this flow, notice where it may feel sluggish. You may even notice shadows somewhere. If you see any light coming in associated with this tube torus, maybe you're seeing bright blue or even a crimson red. Maybe you're seeing bright yellow or orange. Notice where you may be seeing grayer versions of this light or shadowy light. Parts where it may be opaque and less transparent. Parts where it is darker or less shimmery. Simply cultivate awareness in this space. You are not judging what you see. You are simply the observer in this space, reviewing that which you see without attachment to it. Don't worry, we're going to adjust anything that you see or feel that is not of the highest functioning mode or is not optimally functioning at this time. We will adjust it. For now, I just want you to cultivate the awareness, the as-is state of your life force, your ka. Just keep it flowing. Notice any feelings around, I need to stop this now. Again, we're just noticing, we're just reviewing in this space. And if you notice that it is stopping or the flow is telling you that it wants to stop, just simply breathe into it and give it more life. And notice how this tube torus is connecting with all parts of you. Even though it is being generated from this pranic tube, this central cord of connection, once it extends out in the sacred geometry of the tube torus, it is affecting all aspects, feeding, if you will, enriching all aspects of you. So taking notice of where you are and how this feels, now I'm going to bring in the Kinkazi and share the power symbol with you. And I ask that you please honor this sacred symbol and don't look at me as I'm drawing this symbol. Thank you. Just simply trust that there is an infusion of energy coming into your life force, to your physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental grid that will be an upgrade at this time. And simply allow yourself to receive it. Kinkazi, Kinkazi, Kinkazi. Kinkazi, Kinkazi, Kinkazi. Kinkazi, Kinkazi, Kinkazi. Kinkazi, Kinkazi, Kinkazi. Kinkazi, Kinkazi. 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 Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Notice, if you will, cultivate awareness once again of all aspects of this tube torus and notice any and all changes that have taken place. What does the tube torus feel like? What does your cord of connection feel like? How much more receptive do you feel? More open? Are you able to take deeper breaths? Does your mind feel clean and clear? Connected to something beyond even the higher mind? Do you feel open and optimistic? Do you feel light? Do you feel serenity? Just notice what you're feeling. Notice the changes that have taken place in the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual fields of your energy. And now take another deep breath in and begin to bring that column of energy back down from the realm of source above. And as you begin to bring that down, you begin to collapse the tube torus, but you collapse it into the heart space, there for safekeeping, so that you may regenerate this anytime you wish and receive the benefits of this healing as often as you desire. Now that you've collapsed the tube torus into the heart space, continue to follow that column of energy back down, all the way back down through the body and into the center of the earth. And we'll ground this experience fully into the core of Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. And now gathering this perfect and pristine energy, bring it all the way back up through the soles of the feet. Back up through all the energy centers, hitting all of the pinpoints and meridians of energy in the body, all the way up to the top of the head. And allow yourself to gently, energetically disconnect from this transmission now. And when this feels complete, go ahead and open your eyes. Just take a deep breath in and make sure you're back completely. Check in with your surroundings. If you have something that you can focus on in your room that is a plant, maybe something of the earth, help you to ground even further. Okay? And just kind of roll your shoulders back, feel your body. If Feel the temperature of the air in the room that you're in. And I look forward to your comments. So for those of you that joined late, please, I invite you to go back and watch from the beginning. I think that you will enjoy this immensely. Those restructuristas who are present and joining us, I thank you for being here, and I welcome you to watch the replay. I invite you to. Are there any questions about that whatsoever? That was fun. And I'm really glad that I could share that with you, because this is something that is such an easy thing for us to do that helps us put the body in a state of preparedness for what we are asking to receive. Many of us are blindly asking to receive higher activations, ever-increasing light quotients of energy to come into the physical. When we are not in the right state of preparedness in the energetic fields of the body, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual, we put ourselves at risk of being in spiritual crisis, because not only do we reject, the physical body will want to protect itself, so will the mind. It will reject certain frequencies being of too high frequency to effectively accommodate with the body. But sometimes things will come in that we can accommodate, but not in the highest and best way for us, because we are not in a level of preparedness to receive it. That's why sacred DNA activation and restructuring is so incredibly important. That is why you must have that in order to bring in the cosmic ascension-like frequency codes that we are gathering and bringing in, and I'm helping you access with Mother Creatrix code DNA activation. Your body will not accommodate it properly. And I, being in the highest integrity with what I do, I wouldn't allow you to receive the Mother Creatrix DNA code empowerment, or alignment rather, without having your sacred DNA activated and restructured first. It simply is putting you at risk and putting you in peril. So please honor that, those of you who are asking to join the Mother Creatrix DNA code alignment. And if you're looking for options for your sacred DNA activation, just message me and we will talk about your options. So for those of you who already have your sacred DNA activated and restructured, I do invite you to join me in the beta course of the series of 8 key code light activations that I'm sharing with Mother Creatrix DNA code alignment. It starts December 6th. We are going for 8 weeks. It is going to be a really powerful way to experience. For those of us who are asking to experience beyond planetary ascension and are moving into cosmic ascension, this is the gateway. This is a very beautiful and powerful and profound gateway for you at this time, and I invite you, if you're interested, to come join me. So thank you for being here. I just want to see if there's any comments. I'm not even sure if I'm on the right page anymore. Here we are. And circulate the energy. Yes. Chad, yes, you can save the video. You can save it after it's after I'm done with a live transmission. You can save it. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And I want to thank every single one of you for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to wish you love and peace. Have a beautiful night.